So for the last few days, I have been pretty much off social media since Monday. Okay, I'm recording this on Saturday. Well, sorry, not Saturday night, Wednesday night. I'm recording it on Wednesday night, and yeah, I've been off social media. I've uninstalled pretty much all of the apps which distract me. To find out how I know this, I literally was just on my screen time. Okay, for example, it's been pretty bad over the last few weeks, which really kind of motivated me to do it. I made a video on it as my last video, which pretty much was just explaining what it's all about and how to pretty much reset your brain, and that was really the goal of it, to reset my brain, reset my dopamine levels. For example, let's choose a random day last week. I don't know. It's not correct, but basically it was like over an hour on TikTok, like almost an hour on Snapchat, and then about 45 minutes on Instagram per day. And I just wasn't happy with it. Okay, I literally bought a book, okay, on my phone, on Apple Books, to read, and I hadn't made any progress on it. So I was like, you know what, I need to do a full reset. Okay, my dopamine levels are fucking fried at the moment. So that's what I did. I uninstalled all social media on Monday. Snapchat, Instagram, not Facebook, I don't even use that. Twitter, TikTok, etc. Pretty much anything that distracts me and that's not work or college, because, I mean, I'm counting college because I had like quite a few important tests this week, which I did revise for. So yeah, and to be honest, it's been pretty good. I think my dopamine levels have fallen off, and the main things which I have learned are I am much more happier without social media. To be honest, you know, I was a moody old twat. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not entirely. I probably still am, but not as much as I was before. And I know it's only been 3 days. So, for example, if you do this for maybe more days than this, maybe like a week, maybe a month, to be honest, a full social media detox, I think you'll be a much better person. Okay, and to be honest, I definitely plan to do that. To be honest, it has made my life a little bit harder, just because, for example, I can't post on Instagram. I was actually needing to make a story, to hire some more appointment setters for my agency. I just didn't do it. But I mean, you know, there is ways to get around that. And also, it was just annoying because obviously I go to college. I didn't know where people were, so obviously I had to message them on like iMessage and WhatsApp, stuff like that. So it was a bit of a nightmare and annoying for them as well. But obviously some people made some exceptions, which I appreciate. But yeah, the main thing I have learned is there's more to life outside of social media. At the start, you know, if you obviously try to do this at the start, you'll definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of friction on your end. Okay, you'll feel like, oh no, I can't do this. I can't go a few days without social media. What if people need to message me? What if I miss out on some big news? Quite frankly, it's really not that deep, okay? It's 72 fucking hours, okay? You're not going to miss out on anything. If you do miss out on something, then I don't even know. In fact, if you think that you're going to miss out something in the world, read the news or something, like every day. Like in the morning or in the afternoon, before you go to bed. Read the news, okay? See what's going on. That's what I've done. For example, I mean, I already have like a Financial Times subscription, already, so that's where I get most of my news from. But also I was watching like the ITV News at 10, for example, so I can get, you know, stay updated with the news. I'm quite interested in politics, so you know, I get it from there. And most of my business stuff is handled through WhatsApp and WhatsApp Business, and Slack and Google Docs and Sheets, to be honest, and obviously Google Calendar as well. And I've still got access to all of those things, so it's really not an issue in terms of from a business point of view. And what have I actually been doing then on my phone? First of all, my screen time has reduced drastically. It's probably been cut by about 50 to 60%. And the actual 40% or 50% which I'm actually using my phone for is productive. Okay, I'm reading books. Okay, it's very, very good. I've probably progressed, you know, in 3 days. I've read probably about 5 times as many chapters in my book, which I have as possible. I've got a book over there as well, which I'm reading physically. This has been a habit for me for ages. It's actually called Atomic Habits. The book. That's been a habit for me for ages. Before night, I sit right here and I just read a chapter of my book from there. But on my phone, I read as well, and then I like it on there, and I'm learning quite a bit from it as well. But most of all, deep work has improved. The productivity within the deep work sessions has improved. I've done more deep work sessions. I made a lot of progress. Yeah. If I were to give you one piece of advice, is to fucking do it. Okay. One thing it's gonna do is gonna fucking scare you. If you are like really addicted to social media and you're on it a lot, it's gonna scare you to do it. But to be honest, it's really not that deep. But once you do it for the first day, you'll have a lot of motivation. I'm on my third day right now. To be honest, the motivation has fucking gone. So I'm working solely on discipline, and that is the point. Okay, it's hard. Okay, for many, many, many times, I've gone into the app store, typed in Instagram, and I've almost pressed reinstall. I fucking haven't, because my discipline is there to not do that. It obviously needs to improve. My discipline needs to get to the point where I don't even think about searching it up. That is obviously an improvement. But it's an improvement for me just clicking on it. I go on my phone, first thing I do, click on Instagram, click on Snapchat, click on TikTok and start scrolling. It's an improvement. Instead, first thing I do, I click on my phone. Why am I even on this? I turn it off. If I don't do that, I click on the Apple Books, I read that. If I don't do that, then I click on WhatsApp, business, message some clients which have messaged me, for example. Okay? So that's the kind of thing which I'm talking about. It locks you in. It detaches you from, social media for a bit, which you need, okay? Social media is not good for you, especially if you're not on it all the time. And when I get back from this, to be honest, I'll probably just, keep on, a focus mode at all times. Because I don't need social media messaging me or, pushing through to my notifications. It's really not needed. So, I already had a social, a focus mode for, which blocks out all social media notifications in the apps. But from now on, I'm probably just going to have it on permanently, because I do think that's what's better for myself. So if you're going to take away anything from this video, is to just do a 73-hour detox. If you want to know how, check out my last video. It explains it all on there. And if you want feedback on how it did for me, a lot. My productivity, if I had to put a fucking number on it, it's probably increased by about 200% in these 3 days. Okay, so it's a no-brainer for me not to do it again. I'm definitely going to do it again. I might even make it a monthly thing, just to start out with, 3 days a month, or even maybe 5 days a month, just off social media. Okay, all distractions eliminated. I'm just in. Okay, and once I do that for maybe a month or two, I can even do it for 2 weeks of a month, and then just uninstall social media forever. If it gets to that point where I think I need that. But yeah, the main thing about this was to improve my discipline, my drive, and I think it has done that. So yeah, I'll say it again. I recommend you fucking doing this. It's very, very beneficial, and it's allowed me to think about my goals. How am I going to achieve them? And I fucking will achieve them. 2026, all of 2025's goals are going to be complete. Hands fucking down. And I'm speaking that into existence now, and I'm making myself accountable through this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.